What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take brought to you by Welch & Company Jewelers, Elevate Fitness of Syracuse, Stanley Law Offices, and our great friends over at Brewerton Ace Hardware. As the season changes into the colder weather with the winter and all the rest, inside, outside, all the amenities, everything you need for your home is all there at Brewerton Ace Hardware. Route 11 in Brewerton if you are in and around central New York. The Bills stink. I mean, that's really where we're at. And who would have thunk it, right? Like before the season started, that Thanksgiving against the Saints, as if today wasn't bad enough, getting rocked at home by the Indianapolis Colts, just losing every battle at the line of scrimmage. Jonathan Taylor kills you with the pass, with catching the ball and running the ball. That Thanksgiving, right? We have a short week, so that just adds to today. Who would have thunk it that the Bills season would be on the line on Thanksgiving at New Orleans? I didn't see that one coming. I didn't pick this team to win the Super Bowl, though, like so many others did. I had to kind of pull back a little bit, only because I've been doing this for a little while in terms of covering sports, knowing that when you give a team that many expectation level things and you give that team that much hype, levels of excitement, levels of hope, levels of expectations and all the rest. And then Josh Allen gets a monster contract. He's got the QB1 seltzer. I talked about this stuff all preseason, and I talked about it after week one. This team right now, they don't look right. They look like they're in shambles. They're dropping footballs. McKenzie fumbles the ball on a kickoff return. Wasn't even touched. Drop balls all across the board. The penalties are just getting nauseating at this point. The defense got shredded today by Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense, but can we please look at the Buffalo Bills offense? Because frankly, the defense, everybody's allowed to have a bad day. Look, I can see the Colts if they keep scoring and they keep running the football. I mean, Carson Wentz didn't do anything today, but Jonathan Taylor did. I mean, he had 185 yards and 4 touchdowns on 32 carries, and also caught 3 balls for 19 yards and a touchdown. He had 5 touchdowns today. In fact, I think I noticed he had 51-plus points in fantasy. Yeah, I had to go against that today as well. But the Bills' offense, 15 points is not good enough, okay? I know McKenzie had the turnover. I know Josh Allen had the 2 picks. They cannot keep playing this way offensively. Stephon Diggs only had 4 catches today for 23 yards. Guys were too hit and miss today. Matt Breida was a go-to guy, and Dawson Knox on tight end screens. When you're counting on, and no offense to Matt Breida and Dawson Knox, but when you're counting on those 2 guys to make plays in your offense to get back in the football game, you're in trouble. Now, Josh Allen doesn't look good also, and I understand Spencer Brown was out. I understand Cody Ford's a disaster. Darrell Williams on the right side playing all the way over for tackle when Spencer Brown's not in there. No John Feliciano. Those things hurt the quarterback. I get that. But today he had enough time in a lot of different spots, and he just kept throwing into double and triple coverage. Josh Allen right now, super erratic, super not with it. He looks like a deer in headlights in terms of trying to read defenses. This is more 2019 than 20 Josh Allen. Look, I'm not giving up on this team yet, but they're in dire straits. This team's only now 6-4. They're way back in the pack in the AFC. They got murdered at home today by a Colts team that I know that they've been hot recently, but you can't get beat like this, right? And, oh, by the way, I would be able to deal with this loss a little bit more if you didn't lose to the Jaguars. I mean, that's where all these losses come back. They come back all the time in so many different ways to get you. If the Bills had beaten the Jaguars, they'd still be 7-3 right now. It's a different record. 6-4, now a short week. New Orleans on the road, tough place to play. Things are starting to spiral out of control for the Bills. And, oh, by the way, the New England Patriots are now in first place in the AFC East. Just for those who thought that Bill Belichick all of a sudden couldn't coach just because Tom Brady won a Super Bowl ring, clueless. The Bills have a ton of work to do. They got to clean things up, penalties, all that sort of thing. The offense has got to start gelling. They've got to get to Stephon Diggs earlier in the game. They got to start throwing to him right away. I don't know why the Bills keep trying to run the football left and right. They got to get to Diggs. Look, dance with the partner who brought you here. I mean, that's what we're dealing with here. Come on. It's Allen and Diggs in the offense, right? Like, let's get this thing going. There's so many inconsistencies. The penalties, they're not buttoned up. Fumbling the ball all over the place. The turnovers, the McKenzie fumble was awful. Allen threw 2 picks. And now they have to face the New Orleans Saints. And, oh, by the way, today in the NFL, the Bills They got a break. Everybody in the AFC got a break today because the Tennessee Titans lost to the Texans. But the Ravens pulled through. I mean, they didn't have Lamar today. They won on the road in Chicago. That hurts the Bills. All of a sudden, the Colts are 6-5. Same win total as Buffalo. Buffalo's behind New England now. Pittsburgh Steelers with the week off at 5-3-1 now with new life with Buffalo losing. Yeah, this is not a good situation. The Chiefs are up 16-3 as I record this. They'll win this game against Dallas, I'm sure. That now hurts because now they're ahead if they win this game of the Buffalo Bills. And the Bills had the tiebreaker when the records were even. So this is a disgrace. This team right now is falling apart. Again, I'm not giving up, but I am really close to absolute full throttle panic button. And I will tell you right now that, again, this is what happens with expectations, hype, and all the rest. People are coming for you. The bullseye is on your back. You got to respond. You got to adjust. And the Bills this year have not adjusted. Think about it. Coming out of the bye week. And frankly, go back before that, the Tennessee Titans game, when Josh Allen couldn't get that yard, remember he slipped. The Bills haven't been the same team since then. They come out of the bye week. They looked really, really bad for almost 3 quarters against the Dolphins. They pull it out offensively. They pull some things, loose to the Jaguars. I mean, and then they beat the Jets last week. Who cares? Now fast forward to this week, and they get dusted by the Indianapolis Colts. ML Sports Take here, brought to you by Welch & Company Jewelers. The Syracuse Fitness Store, our great, great friends over at the Vince Aguirre Consulting Group, and Brian Comboy at Mass Mutual, New York State. Tax-efficient retirement planning. Go with Brian today at advisors.massmutual.com. Thanks for watching. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.